Hi, I'm Dr. Yami, and welcome to Veggie Fit Kids. Today we have again Miss Elaina Moon, who is the owner of Healthy Eats Nutrition Services. She is a health coach, but also does cooking classes. And because we had such a great time last time showing one of her recipes, I invited her back to show another recipe. So today we're going to have Asian sesame lime rice salad. And she taught this recipe at one of her hands-on cooking classes that my son attended, and he loved it. And I think this is a great recipe to show that you can put a lot of fiber and antioxidants and nutrition in a salad that's really quick and easy to make. So, Elaina, do you want to start talking about how you make this recipe?
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for the introduction, Yami. You always do such a great job. So we're going to start with the dressing part of the salad. So it's a great place to start. So we have all of our ingredients lined up here. I'm going to go through each one of them. So we have a small bowl, and you're going to add the juice of 2 limes to the bowl. And then we have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and so you want to add that to your bowl as well. And then we have 1.5 tablespoons of sesame oil. And when you're picking out your sesame oil, if you're going to use it, what you want to do is look for one that says pure sesame oil. Some of them in the Asian section are a oil blend, and so they'll have sesame oil, but they'll also have like a soybean or canola oil. So this is going to have the most flavor, and the more flavor you have, the more flavor you're going to get in your salad from using not as much of the oil. So.
Absolutely. So yeah, sesame oil has, it already smells delicious. Sesame oil has a really nice, strong flavor. Now, one thing that I like to teach in my classes is that oil is the most calorically dense food we have. So there is 4,000 calories per pound of oil, and it's pure fat. So something like this is great to use small amounts of to flavor your foods, but if you are somebody that's trying to lose or maintain weight, it's a good idea to reduce or eliminate oils from your diet. So in this recipe, you could even have it or even leave it out and see how it tastes to you. But like Elaina said, it's a very delicious flavor, so you can try it both ways and see what you think.
So I went ahead and added our garlic and the ginger. So it's 1 tablespoon of fresh minced garlic, or you can use a pre-minced garlic if you're in a hurry, you don't feel like chopping a bunch of garlic up. And then this is a ginger paste, and what's nice about this is you can get it right next to the herbs in your grocery store, but it's already minced up for you, and it's in a paste form, so all you have to do is squeeze it in your dressing and you're good to go.
That is nice. I had actually never heard of ginger paste before, and I realized how convenient that is. Now, if you decide that you want to buy fresh ginger, that's fine too. If you keep your fresh ginger in the freezer, it lasts longer and it's easier to cut and mince up. Ginger, for the ladies out there might be interested in, 1/8 of a teaspoon of ginger powder 3 times a day might actually significantly decrease PMS symptoms and pain during your menstruation. So that's one tip. And then for garlic, it actually has some really great antibacterial properties. So this is going to be a very health promoting salad that we're having.
Yeah, definitely. We're not even done yet. So I have, in the recipe it has 1 tablespoon of low sodium tamari. And this is a lower sodium soy sauce. And what's nice about that is that regular soy sauce has about 700 milligrams per serving of sodium. So this only has about 160 milligrams. So significantly different than getting a full sodium soy sauce.
And tamari is also gluten-free. So for those people that do have to avoid gluten, you want to go for tamari instead of soy sauce.
Absolutely. That's a good point too. So I have 1 tablespoon of honey, and we're going to hope it all comes out of here. We all know that honey likes to adhere itself to our container.
Now, for those that are following a vegan diet and you want to avoid honey, maple syrup or even agave can be a choice for instead of honey in that part of the dressing.
Perfect. So once we have all of this whisked up, and if you don't have a whisk, we are conveniently using a fork. Most of us have a fork of some type. So we're just going to whisk that up, and it'll mix a little bit more when we put everything together. So
oh my goodness, that
smells good.
Okay, so the next part of the salad
salad. So the base of our salad is this red quinoa and brown rice mix. And what's nice about this is it's convenient. Okay, so they have this at Fred Meyer if you're local in Yakima. But other grocery stores will have some type of frozen quinoa brown rice mix. And it's very easy. You just warm it up in the microwave. Or for this recipe, I just defrosted it. And then if you're going to warm it up in the microwave, definitely let it cool to room temperature before you add the rest of your vegetables in. But then this one is pretty room temperature right now, so I'm not going to warm it up. But we're going to actually use a different kind of rice, so it's another option if you don't want to use the convenience rice. And
yes, and also I was going to say Costco has the shelf-stable rice and quinoa mix as well, so those are very convenient ways to get your grains in. So I made fresh black rice and quinoa, and I just wanted to kind of point out the beneficial health properties of black rice. So black rice is very high in fiber compared to other rices, even just brown rice, but also it's really high in antioxidants because that black purple color of it has what's called anthocyanins, and anthocyanins are a pigment that are part of the flavonoids. So this is a phytochemical that has lots of benefits, including being anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, and potentially even anti-aging. So I love black rice. I think it's delicious. The only downside to black rice is that it can be more expensive. Now I got it on sale last week. This week it was normal price. But you know, for every once in a while, this is a way to really boost your antioxidant intake.
Awesome.
And then there's regular quinoa in here as well, which quinoa is actually a pseudograin. It's actually a seed. But for those people that are interested in having higher protein in their diet, it's a really great source of protein and relatively low in calories compared to the other grains. So
that's awesome. So for those who have never cooked black rice, do you have any tips? Is it different than cooking, like I say, a regular brown rice or another type of wild rice?
Well, it's definitely different than cooking white rice. So for those people who are not used to cooking rices that are higher in fiber, you're definitely going to need more water and more cooking time. So maybe I cheated a little bit because I used my pressure cooker to make the black rice and my rice cooker to make the quinoa today to save time. But the best tip I can have, and this is what I learned from the Ruby School of Online Cooking, is that whenever you purchase your rice, whether it's from the bulk section or in your package, read the instructions that come with the rice, because that's going to be the best way to cook the rice that you just bought. Each manufacturer might have slightly different instructions, but definitely it's going to have more water and more time than usual because of the higher fiber content. It's going to absorb more water. So, and
that's a good point. I've heard from a couple different sources that, you know, when they eat brown rice, it's chewier and the texture is kind of off-putting, but that's a good point. So make sure you're looking at the back of your label and reading the instructions on how to cook it, but also you're going to need a little bit more water to make it a more of a tender rice for your salad. So
exactly. I find for communities that eat a lot of white rice, they're used to making their white rice. They try to make the brown rice the same and they think it's horrible because it's so hard, but it really was because they didn't use enough water or cook it long enough. So read the instructions and practice. So, you know, I now love brown rice much better than white rice, but it does take time sometimes to get used to it.
Absolutely. Good. Well, we have some other pretty ingredients to add to this. I'm going to set this right over here so we can see everything. And so we have our rice in here. We're going to add some snap peas, which Yami has cut in half beautifully. You can cut them at a diagonal. You can cut them in half like this so you can see all the cute little peas that are hiding inside. So we're going to add those. We're going to add 1 cup of shredded radish. And radishes can normally be a little bit spicy. But if you're putting it in something like this with the vinaigrette that we're putting on it, it's going to mild out that spiciness. So don't be scared of the radish. If you want to, you can do like a half a cup just to start with and see if you like it. And then you can always add a little bit more from there. But radishes are in season right now. I think we're kind of towards the end of our season in Yakima. So it's perfect time to use radishes and try a new vegetable. We also have some thinly sliced red pepper. And she did a great job of slicing these nice and thin. have some shredded carrot. These are little carrot matchsticks that you can get from the grocery store, and they're already like this. Now if you want to use like the bulk carrots or the bigger carrots, you can definitely shred those on a box grater and make the more finely shredded carrots, but kind of like the texture of these just adds to that crunch of the salad, which crunching on things is great for stress.
Yeah,
so that's great, because we could all use a little bit of a good healthy stress release. So
yeah,
crunch on some carrots when you're feeling overwhelmed.
Better than crunching on chips, right?
Right. So we add our green onion and our cilantro. There's a half a cup of each of those, which I love cilantro. But some people find that cilantro can have a soapy taste. And so if you don't want to use cilantro, you can definitely try parsley. If you want to do like this is an Asian-y salad. So some grocery stores are now carrying the Thai basil, which is very similar to regular basil, just has a little bit more of a earthy taste to it. And so you can definitely try something like that. I definitely decrease your ratio. I wouldn't do a half a cup of that, but you could mix it with something like parsley and get a really good flavor as well. So
yeah, so for those that have the gene that cilantro tastes like soap, leave out the soap. For everybody else, it's delicious in here. Look how beautiful this is looking pretty so far.
It's like a crunch fest.
So next we want to add our dressing.
Very healthy one. Perfect.
You add the whole thing? Okay.
Dump it on.
Yum.
I love recipes that you can just stir and dump things in.
Now you could also add some toasted sesame seeds to this too. Give it a little bit extra texture.
You smell that?
Smells so good. And so now we're just going to put our sliced almonds on the top to make it look pretty.
Gorgeous.
And this is your finished salad. Yum. So the other thing I wanted to point out, just like Elaina was saying before, is that you can make this recipe your own. So you can definitely add different vegetables, take away the ones that you don't like. Say you don't like red bell pepper, change it out for something else. So here I brought some of my favorites is red cabbage, or purple cabbage. I guess you can call it red or purple cabbage. And guess what purple cabbage has in it? It has anthocyanins because it's purple. So it's the red, blue, purple family's pigment of vegetables that have that pigment that have the anthocyanins in there. So some purple cabbage and some green cabbage. Now I also did some calculations on the calories for the salad. Now originally when you made this recipe you said to divide it between 4 people. So for the original recipe with the sesame oil in it, it is about 276 calories per person, which this is very filling, so I think that's reasonable. However, if you want to eat more of the salad or have half of it, the whole half for yourself or whatever, you can decrease that calorie content by taking out or reducing the oil. So if you took out the oil completely, you're down to 228 calories if you cut it in fourths. Now, if you add a cup of cabbage, red cabbage and a cup of green cabbage, mix it up and then divide it between 5 people, you're down to 189 calories.
Nice.
And so that's the principle of calorie density. If you want to decrease the calorie density of whatever food, add more non-starchy veggies. So your, cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, celery, those kinds of things. That way you can eat a higher volume, get more in your tummy, feel more satisfied. And so those are just little choices that you can make in order to have little tweaks in your diet. But I can't wait to dig into this salad. It looks delicious. Anything else you wanted to add?
No, I think it looks great. And I was thinking, once you add in your cabbages, it's gonna look like kind of like an Asian slaw. So you could use it like a coleslaw if you wanted to. If you're going to a barbecue this summer and they ask you bring some coleslaw, instead of those mayonnaise-based coleslaws, this is definitely a healthier option. Even if you just left it like it is and you add your cabbage to it, it's still going to give that crunch and that flavor that people are looking for from a barbecue type coleslaw.
Yeah, and the more colors you have in this salad, the more different vitamins and nutrients you're hitting. We have different receptors for different fruits and vegetables. So the more color you have in your diet from whole plant foods, the healthier you're going to be. So thank you so much for sharing this recipe with us, and I hope you guys make it. please visit VeggieFitKids.com for more tips, facts, and other information on eating a plant-based diet. And I will also put Elaina's website below. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at veggiedoctor@veggiefitkids.com. You guys have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.